under protocols established by George V back in 1917, the children of the sovereign and any grandchildren by the sovereign's sons have got the automatic right to the titles. So here we have the Queen and the late Duke of Edinburgh. And they had 4 children, did they not? And here they are. Charles and Anne and Andrew and Edward. Now, the Queen's 4 children get titles. Charles's children, Harry and William, are princes because Charles is the firstborn. So there's William and there's Harry. On the other hand, Peter and Zara, Anne's children, are not. Beatrice and Eugenie have got titles because they're the children of a male heir to the Queen and the Duke. And with these 2 here, Louise and Viscount Severn, no titles because Prince Edward and his wife didn't want them. So that's where we are with it at the moment. Now, the titles do not extend to the great-grandchildren of the sovereign, except the eldest living son of the eldest son of the Prince of Wales. So let's just check this out. So we go Prince of Wales, the eldest living son, and his eldest son, and there we are. Prince George of Cambridge, all right? Charlotte and Louis wouldn't traditionally have been made prince and princess, but they were given it. The Queen stepped in and made an exception. So that means all the Queen's other great-grandchildren, including Archie, don't get to be prince or princess. But this is the key thing. When the Queen dies, when Charles becomes king, then Archie and Lilibet will be grandchildren of the sovereign by a son. And therefore they should become, under the rules, prince and princess. But it seems as if Charles doesn't want them to be. Now, let's just think about that. Is that fair, do you think, Dawn?
But it's not because it's signifying those children out, is it? I mean, it's because he's always said for years that he wants to slim down the royal family. And I think most of the public agree with him. I mean, you know, we want to slim down royal family. So it's nothing to do just for once, William and Meghan and Harry. It's not about you. It is about what? It's about...
It's not... It's not about just getting one's own back, Nina.
I think it's some kind of spite. I really do. I think it's really mean. Because they're entitled to that. They are pretty close in line to the throne. If, God forbid, after Charles, William and Kate and the 3 kids, there was some kind of terrible accident, well, then Harry is king. And then Archie is next in line.
Well, that really would.
No,
yes, that's true. You're close to getting Prince Andrew becoming king in that situation.
Well, God, let's not bring Prince Andrew into this because then it all goes pear-shaped.
Well, that's the end of the monarchy, I guess.
Well, exactly. So the thing is that if Charles wants to slim down the monarchy, that's fine. I mean, there's all sorts of royal cousins living in grace and favour and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all to the good. But since the Duke of Edinburgh died and since Harry and Meghan are no longer available to carry out royal duties, have you not noticed that Edward and Sophie, never mind slimming, they're suddenly being brought up from the bank vault and suddenly they're doing interviews and I'm sure they're perfectly, Sophie's a very nice woman.
Yes, well, Sophie has had a lot of good press. I should have realised what you're saying, which is that they brought her out front and centre.
Deliberately. Well, he's adding to it.
Of course, because they need as many of them as possible to do these roles, and Harry and Meghan have stepped back from that role, so of course they need more people.
So isn't the problem,
slimming down.
OK, but going back to Archie, isn't the problem, Dawn, that regardless of whether it's spite or not, if Charles doesn't make Archie a prince when he should be, it will look like spite and it will cause even more trouble with the Sussexes. The
Sussexes are causing as much trouble as they possibly can all the way along, and they will continue to do so. This is not spite. Charles has been banging on about slimming down the monarchy for years.
This has
nothing to do with Harry and Meghan.
To do that to his own son. I mean, the thing is, he wants to slim down the monarchy because part of the reason is that he feels that the British public should not be paying for all these extended rules.
Right.
We are no longer paying for Harry. We are not paying for his security. So
good.
So that's exactly. So that argument about slimming it down because of the taxpayer having to fund them doesn't exist.
They're going to have to find. They will have to draw up new rules, won't they? Because I think that the thing that people objected to was they could see Edward and Sophie, bless them, said, "No, we won't have the prince and princess thing." So they called their kids Viscount Seven, which is a brilliant name. It sounds like the name of a punk band, and Lady Louise Windsor. But Andrew said, "I want my daughters to be princesses," and he was able to insist on that.
Yeah.
People objected, though.
Yeah, but quite rightly so as well. And I agree with Prince Charles on this one. Slim down the royal family, just had the minimum amount that we all have to pay for.
Well, we have got the minimum amount because we are not paying for Harry and Meghan.
All
we
right.
are not. We are absolutely not paying.
So is it unfair to say it's not going to be Prince Archie?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Royal Sussex Squad, the home of truth, fairness, and unapologetic support for Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. If you're here for the real story and not the nonsense spewed by the British tabloids, you're in the right place. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button and show some love with a super thanks if you support Meghan and Harry's journey. So, let's get straight into it. The royal family and their media mouthpieces are at it again, trying to rewrite history and erase the Sussexes' place in the monarchy. They'll bend over backwards to uphold outdated traditions. But the moment Harry and Meghan stand up for themselves, suddenly it's all about protocol and respect for the crown. Give me a break. Let's talk about the ongoing hypocrisy surrounding royal titles. When Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet were born, the palace and the press acted as if giving them their rightful title was some kind of privilege rather than their birthright. Meanwhile, Prince William's children had their titles locked in from the moment they took their first breath. Why the double standard? Oh, we know why. The royal establishment fears change, and they fear the power that Harry and Meghan hold. Why? Because Harry stepped away from their control, married an intelligent, successful, biracial woman, and built a life on his own terms. That shakes the very foundation of the monarchy, a system that thrives on control, secrecy, and media manipulation. And let's not forget the UK press. These so-called royal experts are making a living off spreading lies and misinformation about Meghan and Harry. They sit on morning shows, acting like they have inside knowledge, but in reality, they are just bitter, biased, and irrelevant.
Whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family, to which we all belong.
Is soaring, no matter how much the British media tries to pretend otherwise. And let's be honest, the monarchy needs Harry and Meghan more than they need the monarchy. The Sussexes represent modern, progressive royalty, while the rest of the firm clings to outdated traditions and staged PR appearances. At the end of the day, the Sussexes will continue to rise above the noise. Meanwhile, their critics will remain stuck in their cycle of jealousy and desperation. And trust me, we'll be here to call out every lie, every smear, and every desperate attempt to drag them down. So, if you stand with Harry and Meghan, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and drop a super thanks to support independent voices calling out the truth. See you in the next one.